So because Marvel has introduced the female gaze, and welcome, hey, look at these, gleaming hunks of beef we have for you. We thought we'd, in that vein, also continue to objectify these characters and actors with a game that we're going to call the Hot or Not MCU Edition. So we brought the ladies here to discuss which of the following Marvel characters are hot or not. I mean, people think that we're chickening out. Matt and I could have this conversation. We are comfortable men, but at the same time, it's kind of like asking somebody who doesn't like sweets to like describe desserts. It's like you can do it, but you're kind of maybe missing part of the essence.
Yeah, it's kind of like we've heard what's good, but we don't we don't have the same taste of it. We can't describe why it's good.
That's right. And also, like, it's not as fun a game to have two dudes in 2018 to just be, talking about all the hot women on the screen. Plus, it's also just not that interesting because, like, they're professional actresses in Hollywood. They are all attractive. Like, so, Black Widow.
Hot.
Attractive.
Gamora.
Hot.
Nakia.
Hot.
Peggy Carter.
Very hot.
Aunt May.
Disturbingly hot.
So it's kind of like that. It wouldn't really be a lot of fun or nuance in the conversation. So we're going to stick to the guys. And I promise you we're going to let the ladies speak. So since this is what this episode is about, let's start with, and we should clarify, we're talking about these actors as these characters. So, if you never found Chris whoever attractive before,
Chris name.
There's so many Chris's.
There's so many.
Like my son drew some pictures and he signed it. It's like, is he talking about the character or himself?
Yeah. Right.
No more talking about my sons from this segment. All right, let's start with Thor.
Hot. I think he's
conditional.
What did you say?
It's conditionally hot, apparently.
Conditionally hot.
Why is it conditional?
You
depends on the movie.
Yes, it's true. Yes.
Thor 1, not hot. Blonde eyebrows, weird. Too weird. Distracts from. Well, and I will also say, though, this is going to be important. I am very much a face person. So the face is key. A male butterface, is a tough one for me. I did not see Thor 2, so I can't speak to that.
It would not change your opinion one way or the other.
Well, he might have not had that weird eyebrows.
I think maybe he might have lost that because it is the dark world, so they probably darkened those up.
Yeah. In the Avengers, they had normal eyebrows. But in Thor Ragnarok, when he also has shorter hair, because I'm not really a long hair person, then for sure.
Okay, we should actually quickly clarify here that we have past evidence of Emily being really bad at discussing male attractiveness.
That was one time I corrected it, and also because that has since been topical. I think I almost even mentioned this to you today. I think my real crime in that incident was just relying on memory and nostalgia, not going back and researching. So I was, some of that involved what my taste was when I was very young, and people change and develop. And
over the years, as Emily
very
spent
important.
More time with us, she has become much bro-ier about stuff like this. So we can trust more of her judgment. But if you feel like she's not, doing a good job, and also my beautiful wife, about objectifying men, please feel free to let us know because you did the last time. And one other note we wanted to talk about, and when I talk about last time, it's a different show for people who didn't watch that show. Obviously, we're just getting a female perspective of people who are attracted to men. There is another audience of people who are attracted to men that I think Marvel has also successfully appealed to, but it's already going to be a mess talking to 4 people here. So,
that's true.
But please feel free to add that perspective in comments below. You're more short-haired Thor than long-haired Thor,
yes,
right?
I'm not a long hair person at all. I like the short hair. And so, the whole long hair thing that people are doing these days, I don't like it. Thor Ragnarok was like where it was. It was
hard agree. That was like, I saw, because as I said, I didn't see Thor 2, and I didn't really like the first Thor, and I didn't see it. And I think I saw it after Avengers, and was like, so I wasn't necessarily going to see it, but then there was, Taika Waititi and all that, and people were like, oh, it's really good. And also I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, short hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
Love the short hair.
All right. Next, Captain America.
Always attractive. Yep. Chris Evans does it every time for me. I love Captain America. Just 'cause he's such a nice guy and he's gorgeous and honorable and brave and all that jazz, and he's a great body and he looks great. Yep. I say hot.
Yeah, I'd say Captain America is also one, at least of the main Avengers, like my favorite of the franchise too. And yeah, Chris Evans, good job. Way to go.
All right, so there's a bit of a controversy when it comes to Captain America and his hotness that we need to discuss. How much did they drop the ball by having him leave his shirt on when he's like ripping the helicopter back to the building in Winter Soldier? Or Civil War. Sorry.
Civil War. That's Civil War.
To have him without his shirt on?
They could have found a reason. In the fight, it gets torn away or something.
You go. Okay. Well, I guess if you found a reason,
sometimes like a little left to the imagination can work for women too.
Okay.
And then one more clarification: beard or no beard?
Both.
Yep, yeah, both.
Yeah,
it works either way.
All right. So speaking of
non-discriminating
no beard, speaking of long hair. Bucky.
What about Bucky?
Yeah, hot either way. But Winter Soldier Bucky, it's like I know I shouldn't, but I still do. Like it's not. I think the long hair is counteracted by my old emo self, where I'm like broody eyeliner, like dark eye makeup people, and I'm like, yes, let's listen to Panic at the Disco together. Great.
See, for me, Bucky, I actually forgot about Bucky and Captain America because I'm like, oh, he's so good looking. I get it now. But yeah, Winter Soldier Bucky is like dark, brooding, like you said. Doesn't talk much. The happy-go-lucky pluck of his life is gone. Yeah, he doesn't do it for me. And he's kind of greasy, the hair,
So you're saying you're not as interested in men who don't talk much?
Well, they think you talk a lot. We all know in real life you don't really talk.
Yeah, very broody. Yeah. Also, so what you're saying is Bucky needs to take a shower. Winter Soldier,
big time shower, and get himself a haircut.
So I think I probably prefer original Bucky, but I'm still good with Winter Soldier. But an important caveat is that I definitely prefer brunettes and I'm not really into blondes. And so many of the Chris's, at least, are blondes that it's a nice change of pace.
Okay. What about Loki?
Yeah, the internet's boyfriend, Tom Hiddleston.
Not.
Oh, interesting.
A friend of mine will definitely, as if she would ever watch this, but if a friend of mine knew I was saying this, she would be very upset, but not.
But isn't Loki the goth boyfriend? Isn't, like...
Well, goth and emo are very different.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you said emo. Yeah, sorry. My fault there.
We are way less legitimate.
I actually, what was pretty amazing, I forgot how young he looked. So in like the first Thor there, he was like a baby. And so that made me feel a little weird because he was a baby. And yeah, no, he's aged fine. He's a baby and he's kind of just, not.
Wait, how old was he in the first one? How old is he now?
I don't know, but he's like, what? He must be in his 30s.
Yeah, I mean, he was, not that young, but he looks significantly
like he looks like there's no wrinkles. Like he just looks very baby faced and very thin. So yeah.
I'm gonna skip ahead here because we're talking about looking like a baby and how it might be uncomfortable. How about Spider-Man? Tom, the other Tom.
Can't do it. I cannot judge the poor kid. He's a child as far as I'm concerned. I know he's not in high school in real life, so that made me feel better. But now as I get older, we're hitting some weird space.
I gave him a shirtless scene.
I have teenagers are going to see that. I have a friend she's a couple years younger than me, and this was also when it came out. So I think she was like 23 or 24 when the trailer for Spider-Man came out, and like immediately Googled him and like had a deep sigh of relief that he was 20. Now, I mean, I actually really like Spider-Man. Like, I think up with Captain America of my like comic book movies, because I don't read comics at all, like have always been a big Spider-Man person. But yeah, he just doesn't part of it is just I'm getting too old for that, but it just doesn't really, I can see the appeal. It's just not for me.
And also he isn't your preferred Spider-Man, right?
Oh no.
Right. And let it be clear that I know that those movies are not good.
Is it Tobey Maguire?
No.
Yeah,
No, those
Emily's
movies are
all
good.
Tobey Maguire first, and she
I
talks about
think
him all the time.
I'm an Andrew Garfield as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Andrew
Andrew
Garfield. Also, this is like really bad, but actually the same coworker who looked at Tom Holland, she and I, there's a part in the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man where he's like asking out Gwen Stacy, where he like bites his lip. And we found a GIF of that and just like watched it for 15 minutes straight. And we're just like just something about it just really, hit the spot.
All right,
Okay,
we'll
well,
bring this
Garfield.
back to the Avengers and the Marvel movies. The guy who started it, Tony Stark, hot or not?
Okay. I don't know. He doesn't do it for me. He's
Too old for me.
Too old.
Yeah.
Sorry, this sounds really funny, being that I don't know if anyone knows how tall Andy is. Tony Stark's too short.
Oh, go Andy.
He's probably taller than me.
I don't know if he is, babe. I don't.
But
Yeah.
he's standing next to Gwyneth Paltrow, who
Who's-
never gets to wear heels,
That's right.
and I am standing next to you.
Yeah.
All right, Star Lord, Andy Dwyer, Star Lord.
Hot.
Hot. Very hot. He's so
Hot.
adorable.
Definitely hot.
Okay.
Who else is-
Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd.
I
you say
like
hot?
Yeah.
him. I actually really like Paul Rudd, and I like him. Hey, kind of as I get older, I kind of am more attracted to more like mature characters and stuff, which just makes me feel old as well. But I don't know. I don't.
We already talked about how much we love Aunt May, so
Well, there you go. Yeah, same thing. But he's
She's in her
he is very good looking. I don't know, but he doesn't totally just do it.
Yeah,
for
I
me,
mean, this
but
could
I
get
don't know.
into the old debate of like cute versus hot.
Yes,
Right.
that's true. Yeah.
Right.
Or
I'm just going hot as in like am attracted to them. So I will say
Okay.
he's got the DILF vibe, hot. Plus I grew up watching Clueless, so I know we're supposed to focus on their characters, but
Yes,
it's
I
there.
know, but it's true. It does fate like it changes your way of thinking about them.
It was so weird because when like I first watched Clueless, he felt like too old for
Yeah,
the
'cause
whole
he
thing,
was.
And now it's like you were a literal baby,
But he's old.
and he's
like older than
barely
you.
aged since then.
Well, and Clueless is weird because Alicia Silverstone's the only one who's like actually a teenager. I mean, Stacey Dash was like 29.
Or something. Yeah.
So anything with teenagers, the ages are always really weird.
All right,
That's
this one will
fair.
probably be pretty quick. I know probably how it's gonna go. Doctor Strange.
Not.
There we go.
Okay.
Uh,
Moving on. T'Challa.
oh, we should-
Black Panther himself.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
Hot. Sure.
I'm gonna be controversial here, and I think he doesn't really do it for me. I get the
Okay.
appeal, but not for. I think we know though. I might have just been distracted by.
Yeah,
He's the
you're playing
co-lead.
favorites here.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
what
let's,
this is like. Was he hot in Civil War, and then by the time Black Panther rolls around, he's like running, third place
I
or
mean, he's
something?
like in his 40s, man. He's too old for me.
No, it's not. T'Challa's not that old.
I mean,
Well,
is 40
T'Challa's
that
not, but Chadwick is.
Chadwick.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chadwick. What's his
Boseman.
name?
Chadwick
He's
Boseman.
in his Isn't he in his 20s?
He's 42.
No, really? Well, then he looks amazing, then. Like, holy, huh?
Yeah.
How old
No,
is
he's
Killmonger?
surprisingly old.
He's 40. Yeah.
Oh, he's like Killmonger is like 30 because I have looked.
Do you know his birthday?
It was.
She celebrates it on a guy. So let's get
I
to the
remember-
final one. Let's get to why we brought Emily on. Eric Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, hot or not?
Hot. And
Yeah.
you know what? I know a lot
That's
of
all she's
people
got.
went into the.
She's
I
broken
know
just
a lot-
thinking about him.
Well,
Breaking out his-
we were talking about the age. I remember I was watching Friday Night Lights and I was like, "Oh, I got to the Michael B. Jordan," and Matt tried to be like, "Oh, gross. He was only like 17." There, I was like, "Shit, no, he's not. I know when this was made. I know he's only a few years older than I am. Liar." Nice try. Didn't work. Also, I think with Killmonger, I know a lot of people, like when the trailer came out, were sort of making fun of the weird little like dreads and dread bangs he had. But again, going back to the emo past, it worked for me. I was fine with it.
So obviously, the main thing people are thinking of Killmonger is, the showdown at the waterfall where he
Yes.
clearly beat the gym.
Yeah.
But what about like art house Eric Killmonger? Like that was a good fit, right?
Like, yeah, I could still go for that. Look, I'll take him.
You didn't rank the actual Black Panther very high because your team Killmonger was right apparently. What about M'Baku?
I'm team Killmonger was hotter. There is a difference. I'm team Naki. It was right. Nakia.
Yeah, exactly. And she
Right.
was.
But yeah, what about
Kavi is
M'Baku?
an idiot and sucks. M'Baku. Well, we are both vegetarians, so we can, share a meal
You
together.
guys can go out and enjoy some fries together.
Although it's weird that they're vegetarians and wear fur, just saying. I get it's cold there,
Just
but
throwing it out there.
it's
Maybe
a
they're
little
not vegan.
Well,
inconsistent.
I think maybe less about the animals and more, that gorillas eat vegetables.
Yes. But I think
And,
they eat just well,
other
but that's
gorillas
okay.
sometimes too. Maybe he was just.
M'Baku, he's got a nice face. I'm pretty petite, so he's a little big for me.
And
but
I agree with that.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
It's big. Very large.
Could be either way. We don't know. I don't know his life.
Oh man, and we usually try to keep this as a family podcast. All right, we'll put a
Oh,
warning.
that's subtle. They won't know.
Okay, so I think what we have here, if I got the order right, it's conditionally hot, not emo hot. Loki is a no.
Right.
So direct your ats to no. Tony Stark too old.
Cool.
Star-Lord hot. Ant-Man cute, hot. Spider-Man too young. Doctor Strange, we'll get that out of here.
Straight no.
Black Panther, we got a hot and a not.
Yeah.
Killmonger, we got a hot and a hot.
And
And
please.
Baku intimidates you.
The new king.